who I am. It's just the fact that they ain't know, like, who would known that Kenny would have did a book.
Yeah.
But I was doing, like, parties back in the day, Club Crush and everything else. What they call Club Illusions and everything else. That I was with Rashad in Ontario.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, the streets knew who you was. Yeah, you was a money boy. That's what it was.
Yeah. I remember, like, back then, like, when I was at Williamson High School. Shout out to Williamson.
Yeah.
I was at Lunchway. Yeah, I was at Lunchway, right? And somebody told me somebody named Ontario looking for you in the middle of the Lunchway. That man looked at me. Your name Kenneth Seals? I said, yeah. What's up? I just I feel like once you put you on a flyer, do little parties and everything, and you can make some money. So let's go ahead make this money and get on out of here. So he took me on my lunch wave, and we really did a flyer, like photo shoot and everything else, and we really made some money at Club Crush. He really took me out of school to make some money.
I've been through a lot. And only one thing ever really sticks to me. No matter what I go through, it always affects me. When I hustle up or don't have a dime, I'ma go mine. Good times and the bad times, they heavy on my mind. Tapered up or I'm starched down. Either way is mine. I feel fine, but everything around affect my vivid.
Welcome to a Vivid Mind Podcast, the official podcast for young cultured luxury lifestyle brand. I'm your host, your homeboy, your big cousin, Said, aka the king of all things dope, King Dope. And as you know, I like to invite successful people on this platform in order to motivate you, keep you focused on the goal, man, making it, help you stay consistent, just help you know that you can make it no matter whatever it is you out there trying to do, and you trying to create generational wealth for you, yourself, and your family. So one of my guests that I talked to, I was like, hey, man, some people I should invite onto this platform. And he was like, go through this list of people on my website. So I go through the list of people. I come across people. And you come on my radar.
That's a blessing.
I'd like to introduce all of my fellow entrepreneurs to Mr. Kenneth Seals Jr.
Oh, man. Thank you for having me, man. Congratulations on your podcast and everything else.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. It looked like, from me looking at your timeline and things like that, you living.
Yes, sir. Got to. Only live once.
And that's what everybody want to do. They want to live. They want to feel, the excitement and enjoyment of living in the present.
Right. Exactly. 9 times out of 10, I just feel like, you work hard, do what you got to do. Make sure you handle your business financially. Make sure your family's straight. And then on the outdoors, you just enjoy yourself. Have a good time, whenever you get a chance.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man. So, before we get into how you got to where you got going,
okay,
we're going to play a game.
Uh-oh.
Nobody's ever ready for the game, but I can promise you it's a fun one.
All right.
The name of the game is called Dumb Questions.
Oh, man.
For smart people.
Okay.
First question.
Let's go.
If you had to organize everybody in the country into a giant game of Duck, Duck, Goose, how would you do it?
We will be in doggone Africa. We will be in Africa, and we're gonna sit Indian style. With what them clothes they be having now over there?
Some robes.
Yeah, it's some robes, with the hats and all that.
Yeah,
and they go. And everybody gonna be running with them arrows and everything.
Yeah, the big spear.
Yeah, big spear. Yeah. With spears and everything, just running. Then somebody gonna get caught. But hey, we're gonna take it back home in Africa.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
All right. So, what fictional character do you identify with the most, and why?
I'm gonna say Superman.
Oh,
I'm gonna say Superman.
you encroaching upon my territory.
Yeah, I got to put my foot down on that one.
All right. Explain why.
Okay, he a businessman too at the same time, but he makes sure the people are good and make sure he take care of the people and save them.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, in the reality, it's like I make sure my people show anybody straight. Just a genuine love type thing.
Okay.
Not just saving, but I just want to know like I got a good blessing heart.
Yeah. So
That's
you
all.
trying to make sure everybody good, no matter who it is.
Precisely.
Okay. All right. We see where you got going.
Yeah.
All right. So now I got to ask you the infamous question.
Okay.
This is the one that all guests get. You ready for this?
Let's roll. What you got?
All right. Who would win in a fight?
Oh man.
That means that once this fight is over, one no longer exists.
Ooh.
Between Iron Man and Batman.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, take the stage. Let's see what you got to say.
I'm gonna choose Batman because I'm a true Batman fan. Though. I say Batman. I'm gonna say Batman because at the end of the day, it's like 9 times out of 10, like he got all these weapons and everything else. I feel like he gonna beat somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like gonna destroy him. But at the same time, Iron Man got a little equipment too though.
Yeah.
So, but as a real original fan, I'm gonna say Batman though. At 9 times out of 10.
You really feel like Batman gonna take it?
Yeah, I got faith in Batman. I got faith in it.
So you really gonna take Bruce over
man.
Tony?
Oh, I love Bruce. Shout out to Bruce. Shout out to Bruce, man. I love Bruce, man.
All right. If you feel strongly, I mean, hey, y'all, make sure y'all jump in them comments and y'all tell Kenneth why he right and tell him why he wrong. He needs to know what you think. I ask everybody this question.
And they choose Iron Man.
It depends on the person. Today they count two people chose Batman and the other person.
Oh, it's a tie now.
Yeah, for the day. For the day. Overall, Iron Man got it.
Oh man.
Yeah,
come on, y'all, man.
Overall, Iron Man got more wins than Batman, but
it's all right.
you drum up a good point,
It's okay.
All right, so we're gonna jump into the thick of it.
Okay.
What we want to know is who are you, where you come from, who your people is, how you even become like this. Take us to the beginning.
In the beginning, well, honestly, like have just single mom and everything else, and me personally, I had to like walk from my mama house to my workplace. Like I didn't have no car back then. Like my job was literally like washing cars. And
when was this? How old were you?
I was like out of high school and everything else. Like,
no, before that.
Oh, before
I
that?
want to know how you even get to that point to get strong enough to make that decision.
I mean, it just come with life, man. Like honestly, I can't like tell you like when, but at the end of the day, it's like it just when reality hit, and it's like you just notice everything around you, and you see how people be like going through things. You see how the world had like recycling and go everything around you. So I just feel like me personally, I just adapt to it. Just like realize like I don't want to be in that situation. So I gotta do something to step up and be who I need to be to this day right now.
You remember the first time? How age you were? The age you were when you realized it?
I'm gonna say by like what, 18 or 19? Yeah, about 18
wow.
or 19. Yeah, because like I say, like the situations that I dealt with in my life, it just made me just change everything for real, honestly.
Really? So what was that you saw? Was it just the way you was living day to day?
The way I was living and the way I was like, the pain, the struggling, everything else, like the whole 360 of life.
What was causing that pain?
Seeing my family like struggling the most for real. And
you said a single mom? Yeah. You have any siblings?
Yeah, I have one sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she the older or younger sister?
No, she younger.
So is you, your mom, and your sister all living together?
Yeah.
And you tired of struggling?
Yes, most definitely.
So now it's different levels of struggle. Like, all right, a struggle is a struggle, but for black folks, it's different levels of struggle now.
Yeah.
Now, some of us we look nice, we just ain't got more than what we look like. And some of us ain't even got shoes.
Yeah, it's been.
So you talking about ain't even got shoes kind of struggle?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I just wore same like pants and everything. Like you can see, like I used to starch them things, and you can see it like for real. Like that's how bad it was. But at the end of the day, like I was happy because at the end of the day, like I feel like I got everything. I may not be, what other people got, what they got there going at home, but I feel like I got everything. I know that my mama, did what she had to do.
Of course. So what did your mama do?
Like still working. She a teacher.
She's a teacher. Yeah. Oh, okay. What's she teacher at?
First, she was at Wilmer Hall back in the day. I don't know if y'all don't.
Yeah, I remember.
You remember Wilmer Hall?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's what's up. I never did my first time hearing somebody that actually know what Wilmer Hall is.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and she helped people get their GED too. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it.
And is she still a teacher now?
Yeah.
What's she teaching at now?
She's still teaching that doing that GED program.
Yeah.
Not the Wilmer Hall thing anymore. Yeah. So she just moved on to that section.
So is that she do that independently? She work with somebody? Oh, so she has her own business.
She has her own business and she work with other people too.
Okay.
So like I'm proud of her too. She doing her own thing too. That's
okay.
Good. Yeah.
So you 18, your mom working for Wilmer Hall, or doing things of the same sort.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you say you gonna wash you some cars.
Yeah, that's actually my first job. Literally my first job as 18. I gotta get something. So it's like my thought is like, go ahead and start doing some detailing,
Yeah.
So I used to work at Pepe Nissan, like on the belt line.
Yeah.
It's a company called Unicel, and we just detail every car from now. Like
wow. So how many cars a day would you do?
Whew. At least 7 or 8. Yeah, about 7 to 8.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all ever detailed y'all car for real before, but after the first one, you want to take a break.
Well, what? Oh my God! Especially the summertime. Jesus.
Ooh, I ain't even got a chance to detail mine. It been so hot.
It is, man. Like they got us. It be in this little. It's in the back of the Pepe Nissan, but it's got a little shade in there. But it's still hot. That little big fan would not work. It ain't working at all.
And they wasn't trying to spend no money because they know they could have bought a second one.
Yeah. All these new models and everything. They just got us doing this here.
Man. So how long you end up doing that?
I was doing about, I say, 2-3 years. Then I went to Dollar General. I quit it the first week.
Now you go from doing something hard, real hard, to working at Dollar General and quitting?
It wasn't enough money that I was looking for.
I understand.
No.
What's the difference in pay? Like, what was you making doing the car thing?
The car thing, it was commission, so it's like you making at least, like, my check was like $464. And Dollar General, it was what, 200 and something? And I gotta go.
Oh, that's crazy.
I gotta go. No Caprende.
So you quit Dollar General after a week. Then what happens?
And that's when I will start. I had realized that my father used to be like on the ship and everything, and he told me about doing this offshore like boat life type thing.
Yeah.
And I had applied doing that, and all of a sudden it became a blessing to me. That helped everything
you
out.
became a deckhand?
Yeah, I became a senior deckhand. Yeah.
How you get the skill? How you just get to be a senior? How that happen?
Experience. Yeah. I mean, I already had to work my grind. Don't get me wrong. Like from beginner, to being an expert.
Oh, okay. All right. So you didn't come in as a senior.
No, I had to earn that.
Oh, okay. It made it sound like you just hopped on the boat and you was like, "This my boat."
Man, I ain't when I first started, I ain't know they do 6 on and 6 off. I thought like they get up at literally 6 o'clock and don't have to work again, but they wake your ass up. Man. I'm like, huh? I just not getting sleep. I ain't adapt to it. So I'm like, now I see how they operate and everything.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay, so you basically become a senior deckhand. And how long are you on the boat?
28-14. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, be gone for a month, be home for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. So you loving it? You ain't really liking it, but you like the money. What's going on in your head?
Well, back then it's like I didn't like it. You know, certain people you dealt with, they take advantage of you and everything else. Mm-hmm. But money wise, of course, it's good. Like I'm sure, like you can invest in whatever you choose to do. Mm-hmm. So that was my main focus on like trying to make some investments and trying to use my money the right way, legitimate.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to do.
So what, you was just stacking it up?
Yeah, I was literally stacking it up.
And you were still staying with your moms?
Yeah, I was still staying well. Yeah, of course.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many years that go on?
I had did that, like 5 years.
Woo!
Yeah, like 5 years.
And you stayed with moms the whole time?
Oh no, I had to leave. I left when I had like the amount of money that to choose, like to move on and everything, to be my own man and everything. That was like, I say about 2 years. It was that time to get my own thing. Like you can't just have a female around and everything else or anything. Just be like in your own space.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to be comfortable in my own spot and just let her know like I'm a man now. I want to show you like this is what I need to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But she like, you still my baby, but I really gotta go. I gotta go, mom.
So she wasn't ready for you to go.
She wasn't ready for me.
So when you got your first apartment, how old were you?
Well, actually, I had my first house before apartment.
What?
Yeah, it was me and 2 of my cousins. We had both came in together and just got a house together.
So y'all was renting that house or y'all bought it?
It was in our family, and we had moved in, but we still had to pay rent though.
Okay, yeah.
So after that, that's when I went to an apartment.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you realize you don't like living with people?
No, I can't.
It ain't like it's that for real.
It ain't that. I love y'all though. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, we had to like literally like go our separate ways because we are our own man and we gotta do our own thing.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta branch out sometimes. But it's still love there.
Of course, it's family. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you in your own spot. You stacking up this money. You doing what you want to do.
Right.
What in your head make you feel like, I don't want to do this no more?
I'm gonna say a lot of a few problems that I did not want to tolerate anymore for real.
So it's from the job?
Yeah, from the job. I really didn't like to see how people want to take advantage of people and everything much, and like favoritism to be exact. I'll say that. I'll say about favoritism.
So how would favoritism play out on a boat? So they would ask you to do something they wouldn't ask somebody else to do, or
it'd be that, and sometimes they they be kind of, you know what I mean, like
buddy, it's the good old boy system.
Yeah,
he ain't got to do as much as you got to do. Right. He just got to.
Yeah, but it'd be that.
Yeah, I already know.
So it'd be like that. So I understand that, but at the same time, like they want you to feel like you not doing what you're supposed to be doing, or pointing the finger at you, like nobody ain't gonna take no blame of somebody else's work, but they know such and such what's going on. So it's like, okay, I understand, but in reality, it's like I'm getting tired of it, so I gotta do something else. So,
wow. Okay, so what you do next?
I had started Overcome, like my book. I had started writing like at least 2017. But I had somebody else to type it for me and everything else. Like I said, I was offshore doing working too, and the process was keep on going and going. But then I had lost myself too at the same time. 'Cause I had started writing. I was like being distracted, trying to do other things and everything else. But I had got right back, to the program and get right back to it. And situations that I came across and. I would like to vent, but at the same time, like, people want to use it against you, like be judgmental sometimes. So now I like, instead of venting to others, why not put in the journal? So it was more motivation that I needed to keep on writing. So it's like, this book gonna be something because I know people gonna be related to it, motivational, inspiration, growth, everything else. and most likely God-fearing, of course. So I put a few Bible verses on there too. But I did not know, and I know my mama killed me one time. She like, you cannot make your own date. And I literally put the date on my birthday, June 23rd, to drop the book. So, but by the grace of God, it still dropped before my birthday. That was the crazy part. Then we do the book signing on my birthday too. The book dropped and did a book sign on the same day.
Okay, so look, we got a couple different things to discuss about this book. First of all, before we even get to book signing, and you picking your own date, even though your publisher tell you when it's gonna be available, because there's a whole bunch of logistics that go into a book being released.
Right.
What give you the audacity to think you have a story worth reading about?
I mean, by having, like, believe in myself, honestly, because 9 times out of 10, I feel like I got something to say. I feel like my voice is really, like, can be helpful in other ways, you know?
Because, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. We listening to you, we talking to you, and I'm more than positive this book is a successful book that's going to change people's lives. However, you ain't said nothing outside the norm to them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, pique their interest. What's special about the book? Like, what did you put in it? What does it say that you aren't currently seeing?
I'm not suffering no more. I'm not really suffering, but I know 9 times out of 10, my book was going to really show you my before and now, you know, how I am now. And the book is basically about really the things I've went through in life and the struggling, you know, everything else I had really went through in life. And then I'm telling you the outcome of it, but I'm telling you not to do it too, because you'll face the same situations that I dealt with.
Okay, so give us one of those situations.
Let's see. I know 9 times out of 10 that I had put, you know, I was overdosing with promethazine syrup and all that stuff. And I know that was in a young age, but then at the same time, like this matter of fact, it was on my chapter. I said I was looking at my mother struggling, and I felt so worthless, like I couldn't do anything. So I was overdosing with promethazine syrup because I feel like I can't do nothing.
But how was you even getting the syrup?
I was influenced by other people.
So you knew people who had it, and first of all, the syrup ain't cheap.
No, it's not.
So this had to be you on the boat.
Nah, this was back in, you know,
car wash days or prior to that?
Yeah, back in car wash day. Like,
okay, so you really do got some extra money for real. You got $200 extra. You could put in on it. Okay, and you trying to escape the pain.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna help me, but in reality, it's not. It's really hurt me.
Cause I mean, in all honesty, right? I've talked to a couple people sitting in that seat right there, and they've discussed surviving the pain and what they had to do in order to do that. You know, and that's why I asked you to get in depth into the story, because people who watching, they may not get the opportunity to buy the book. You get what I'm saying? But one thing I know for sure that people will do is if they connect with your character, if they connect with your story, if they see relevance in it, they're like, whoa, I see me in that situation.
Oh yeah, everybody have everyday life struggles. Like I say, like I have faced anxiety, depression, all that stuff. So it's like, you know, it'd be times like you felt like you was like all alone and everything else, but in reality that you're not. You got people that actually want to make sure you do good.
Yeah.
Still love you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you facing problems like to yourself. Like, you know, sometimes you don't want to express it. But at the same time, like, it's okay to talk to people. Some people may not be judgmental. Some people not be like talk behind your back and everything else. But me, I did dealt with that for real.
Because the truth of the matter is, right, God is all about community. He's all about you reaching out and helping somebody. Not necessarily always reaching out, but noticing. That's it. It's just notice that someone's in trouble and help them get out of it, even if it's just, you okay? Some people don't realize how much you okay mean.
Exactly.
You may not even tell them, but just the sheer fact that somebody is going to ask you,
reassurance.
you okay? You know what I'm saying? Because the whole time the enemy wants to do that. He wants to circumvent you and surround you with your problems.
Right.
Which most of the time they're either internal or mental. So they aren't problems that actually exist, but they feel like a threat.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And he make them feel like a threat you cannot escape. So it's like being trapped in an internal prison.
You're right.
But your body free.
Exactly. Absolutely. I agree with you on that.
And that's the actual effect that the enemy have. That's the reason why they say, for real, they mention mind, body, spirit. But even the enemy had a hand in that, because it's actually spirit, mind, body. If your spirit is strong, it will keep your mind motivated. That will actually help your body move. You get what I'm saying? But if you don't know that, then it's hard to, you know what I'm saying, keep pressing through. Tell you what we about to do. We about to take a quick break, and we're going to jump back into it. What I need you to do is, I need you to go to www.youngandculture.app. I repeat, www.youngandculture.app. And get you one today, man, because if you ain't got it, you left out. And one thing you don't want to be is left out. Because trust me, everybody's about to have this. So one thing I know for sure is, and it was mind-boggling when somebody told me this, bro. And I'm gonna always say it just so, you know, it just so happened I reach an entrepreneur or a person struggling who just haven't heard me say this. But if you suffer from depression, that means you have things in your past that you haven't dealt with. Okay? If you suffer from anxiety, that means you have fear of the future that may not even be real. But you fear it as real as a gun in your face. That's how you think of your future. But the true gift is to be here in the present and to realize how being in this moment right now is precious. Because you could not have this moment right now.
You're right.
And the enemy don't want you to realize that right now is the real thing. Whatever happened has happened.
Right.
You'll deal with it if it come back.
You're right about that.
And whatever is going to happen, it's just going to happen. You'll deal with it when you get to that.
Exactly.
Otherwise, let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. Like it.
Oh, yeah.
What they say, the prayer of serenity, Lord, help me realize what has to change, and whatever I can't do nothing about, just help me just realize, oh, okay, I can't do nothing about that, and keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point did you realize these things? Because clearly you're living in the present right now.
Yeah.
So at what point, was it right after the book, or was it during the process of writing the book?
During the writing.
During the writing, okay. Yeah. So were you like doing, better question, how you figured out how to write a book? How you even get a publisher? Like, how did we don't know how to do none of that. Tell us how to do that.
I had help with my mother. My mother helped me through the process. She's like a momager / mom manager. Yeah. So while I was working too, I had to put in the work by writing, but she helped me with finding a publisher and everything else.
Okay, so you don't know exactly what she did?
Oh, I know exactly what she did. She really had did some research, found a publisher, and when she had found one, her name Deborah. Okay. And
what company is it with?
It's called a book resources.
Okay.
Book resources.
Okay.
But sometimes I think nowadays everybody doing like that self-publishing thing now lately.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
But I read just like, but now I know how to do it now, so I'm gonna do it on my own for part 2.
Okay. All right. So you think it's necessary to do a part 2? You left some cards on the table.
There's always more stories to talk about. There's always life still keep on going. We still got things to discuss.
Yeah, for sure. So you got the publishing deal. you writing a book. Now, when you writing a book, are you writing it with actual pen, pad, or
Pen, literally. Like I got it. The journal is like at least stacked just like this.
is that just loose leaf paper? Wow.
Everything is full and everything ready to go.
So how did you know how to structure it? What, you just put it all in a package and sent it off?
Well, honestly, I had to really, sometimes when you trying to invest in something, you can go into deep research and everything. So it's like you got to learn the table of contents, how to discuss, how you to make the audience feel like interested, and don't go off topic and everything. So now when I learned that, it's like, okay, I'm talking about this chapter. Okay, I know what I need to do. I know how to process. I know how to make sure the audience understand where I'm coming from too. And once I master that, it's like, okay, now I understand how to make these next chapter, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
So now I understand how to write a book.
So when you sent the book to them, they was ecstatic with it, or did they have revisions?
That was actually blow that came out. And I had to tell them, just because I'm young don't mean that I don't go through things. Like, you may say you too young to be doing such, but you never know what a person going through at a certain age.
You're right. You're right.
You never know.
You don't know the accomplishment of somebody's entire life. Some people have that gift, though. They can look in your eyes and see your whole life.
For real.
And that's, if you're not aware of spiritual things, it can be scary. Like, how? Nah, that's voodoo. But it ain't that. Some people literally have the gift of seeing.
You're right, for real.
And they can speak directly to the person inside. And
then they be blown like, how did you know that? That be blown, man.
Man, life can be beautiful even when it's tragic. So how long did they make you wait to publish the book?
Honestly, when I told them that I actually set the date on June 23rd, everybody jumped in quickly trying to make it happen for me. So I had my mom had a team help me make this happen, make it possible. But at first she told me that it wasn't ain't gonna make it on my birthday, so I was kind of upset. Quote, she lied.
Oh,
because she tried to make a little birthday surprise.
Yeah,
but in reality, it was before my birthday, and then it was like, wow, man, I can't believe. Then she said, I got a surprise for you, and it was a big old box, and it was a preview of my book.
Wow,
I would never expect it.
That's crazy. And what birthday was this?
2018.
2018. What year did you turn?
I think I had turned, what, if I'm not mistaken, 27 or 27. Yeah.
Okay, your 27th birthday.
Yeah.
You received the preview copies of your book.
Yeah, I was blown, man.
Yeah.
That was this all you see, all 32. So I was I really made my, I told someone in high school, I was going to do a book, and dream came to reality.
All right, so you get this book. What happened? Is shoot to the moon, or is grind?
A little bit of both. I'm going to say mixture of both.
Okay, so that means that you had to do some motion to get some traction going. What steps did you take?
I actually, before the book dropped, I had did promotion, doing T-shirts, for free. I was getting T-shirts for free. Let them know, you don't have to pay for anything. I'm just giving it away. It's all love. But at the same time, you support me too. But so I was set. I gave it away 60 T-shirts. 60
T-shirts. What did the T-shirt say?
Overcome Kenneth Seals Jr. The book title and my name.
Oh, okay.
Well, the author name to be exact.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that, and next thing you know, I was keep on promoting it. Then I gave away some more shirts, and I just keep on giving away.
Wow. So you giving away free T-shirts? Was it with purchase of the book, or it was just to let people know the book was coming?
The book was coming, and when the book did drop, I did give away the shirt too.
Okay.
So,
all right.
You can get both.
Okay. So how many books did you start off with?
In that box, on that book signing that I had at least 200 in the box.
Okay.
I never knew that. In my mind, I'm thinking I'm just gonna sell about 20, but
yeah,
that day and the next day, that was all gone.
Where did you do this book signing at?
Kazula, on downtown.
How they found out?
I had a friend of mine named Jennifer. who was like, I guess she was in town and she was like part of like helping, part-time job. And I had to pay, do a little book signing and everything else. And she was like, no, like a young black man trying to make something for himself and trying to put his book out here, do a book signing. And
so she helped you put it together?
Yeah, she helped me put it together, had a banner. I ain't know about a banner, nothing like that. And she really introduced me like a banner, like with my name, the book, and, my social media names and everything else.
Yeah.
And she was just really just looking out for me, that's all.
Wow. Shout out.
Shout out to Jennifer, man. I know you were out there somewhere, but I truly appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
And Kazula, too.
It helped the man get to the bag, you know what I'm saying?
Literally, man.
Because he sold 200 copies of his book in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
How in the Michael Jackson do you do that when don't nobody know who you are?
Man,
that don't happen, bro.
But I'm gonna tell you, like back then, like people know who I am. It's just the fact that they ain't know, like who would known that Kenny would have did a book.
Yeah.
But I was doing like parties back in the day, Club Crush and everything else. What they call Club Illusions and everything else. That I was with Rashad in Ontario.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, the streets knew who you was. Yeah, you was a money boy. That's what it was.
Yeah, I remember like back then, like when I was at Williamson High School. Shout out to Williamson.
Yeah,
I was at Lunchway. Yeah, I was at Lunchway, right? And somebody told me somebody named Ontario looking for you in the middle of the Lunchway. That man looked at me. Your name Kenneth Seals? I said, yeah. What's up? I just I feel like once you put you on a flyer, do little parties and everything. And, you can make some money. So let's go ahead make this money and get on out of here. So he took me on my lunch wave, and we really did a flyer, like photo shoot and everything else. And we really made some money at Club Crush. He really took me out of school to make some money.
Right then?
Right then.
How much you used to make at Club Crush?
He gave me $800.
Was that each time you did a party?
Shout out to OG Entertainment.
That's some good money, man.
Yeah.
I tried that.
For real?
Yup. I made about $75.
Oh man, come on, man.
I ain't lying. It's just so the person I did it with, well, the two people I did it with, George Jones. He go by Play now. Clay Jones.
I've never heard of him.
Okay, so George Jones. What was the other one? What's my boy name? Oh man, he's leaving me right now. Dr. McMillan. What is your name?
What is his name?
Mark McMillan from Baker. Mark McMillan. Okay, so
I don't remember.
So if I'm not mistaken, George went LaFleur. Mark went to Baker. Very popular people in their respective situations. Me and Mark super close. I don't know George from Man on the Moon, but Mark, he's back his first semester from Tuskegee. He like, hey, let's throw a party or something, you know what I'm saying? So we get together, same exact situation.
Yeah.
They already got the photo shoot set. He just throw me a t-shirt. Now I'm part of his crew, which is lit. That's literally the name.
Oh yeah. What's the name of it?
Lit. And we got all the t-shirts. And if I go look through my stuff, I still got the flyers from back in the days. It was like the futuristic swag party. I tell you, what year it was, like 2008, 2009, and yeah, that party, we probably sold 100 tickets.
Oh man.
It was alright, but 100 tickets split 3 ways. Plus, you gotta pay for the club.
Oh yeah, it's understandable.
It's over with.
Yeah. Yeah, it's understandable.
That money gone.
That money is gone. Yeah, I definitely understand.
Okay. All right, so we're going to take a quick break right quick, and then we're going to jump back into it. What it do, family? This your boy Sid, a.k.a. King Dope, the king of all things dope. Hey, I just kind of let you know I just dropped another gem for you. Hey, what I need you to do is pick up your device, go to the nearest streaming app you have, wherever you listen to music. I'm letting you know I dropped an album to go along with the podcast. Yes, and to make it easy, I named it the same thing, A Vivid Mind. So, on wherever you like to find your music, look up A Vivid Mind, and it's by the artist known as King Dope. that it would be me, you can look up King Dope, KINGDOPE, or you can look up A Vivid Mind, and you will find my album. Check it out. Man, I got some tunes on there for every type of situation. And every type of situation I got some tunes for involve getting to the bag. So, you know, make sure you hit the comments on this video if you have checked it out and let the people know what you think. Okay, so you get popping in the city because they pulled you out of lunch.
Yeah.
And you seem like a very reserved guy. You ever find out how they even found out who you are?
Social media. They had to find me on social media. Cause like before that, I had did a block party.
Man, you sit there
I do so
chill
much.
as a mug.
Yeah.
How you knowing all these people? How you talking to them? They talking to you? What's happening? Like
a little bit of both, but 9 times 10, like I said, like I was like putting my name out there on social media because like social media was big back in the day, like on MySpace and everything else.
Yeah, but you put your name out there doing what? What you doing?
Like I was doing parties. Like I ain't gonna lie, I was doing a block party like it ain't nothing. Like real deal. Like
so that was your thing. You just threw a block party out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was doing a block party. Parties like in like I said at Club Crush, Club. Well, it used to call Club 351. I'm sorry.
I remember 351.
I'm sorry. Let's take it back.
Yeah.
Club 351. Club Illusions, all that.
Matter of fact, I remember when y'all was doing that. Since you mentioned 351, y'all literally was the only parties popping out. Wasn't nobody going to 351 for nothing.
Yeah.
And they called it 351 because it's on 351 Water Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, most people don't even know that. See, I know what's up. Yeah. I'm hip. I'm hip. I remember that's after the time I graduated. Yeah, because I graduated 2009.
Okay.
So that was after that. Yeah, because at that time I was going to Atlantis and all that.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, people don't remember, and they think the
man.
club be doing. They think bank be doing numbers. Boy, you ain't never seen nothing like
Freaking
Atlanta.
Friday, man.
Boy,
Freaking Friday.
we used to be downtown on Dolphin Street, and that line go all the way.
All the way.
It's just that way.
But hey, it's
that's all you know, and you gonna wait too.
Oh yeah, I was being civilized. Really. I wasn't going nowhere, man. I need to be in here,
Man, it was $20 to get in when it first started. By the end of the night, it's probably $50 or $100 to get in. The skip line start off at $100. By the end of the night, it's $200 and $300 to get in. And I used to be in there early because my cousin was the MC, so I ain't pay nothing to get in. I ain't pay for no drinks or nothing. I only would take one drink, which is so crazy because I'm not a drinker for real.
Oh man, I wish I was in your shoes.
So I'm in there, and I literally know when they finna play fight music. Because, and most people don't know, the reason they will play certain fight songs and they play 2-3 of them in a row, they're playing them to clear the room out because now it's $50 to get in. So that's how they run the check up.
What them 2 songs were?
Well, they're going to play Head Bustle. They're going to play... they'll either play, most of the time they'll play Nuck If You Buck.
Oh yeah, that is all the time long.
And then the third and last song, which is a guarantee it's about to go off, is Set It Off by Boosie.
Oh yeah.
Set It Off by Boosie. Every time Set It Off by Boosie come on, for whatever reason, people feel the audacity to go find the one person in the room they don't like and say exactly what he's saying in their face.
Dang, boy, you nailed it, boy. I ain't lying.
That's exactly what they do. They go find them. You want to talk? You want to run your mouth?
Oh yeah, they be pointing.
You want them gangsters right inside your house? We'll set it off. And by the time it kick into the verse for real, all you hear is, ooh.
Yeah, when I heard, ooh, it's on Go Upstairs.
Yep, that's it. And the only when one fight kick off, it's going to be about 10-15 on a fight. And you just see security just toting people out.
Carry them like a dog don't carry them.
Just toting them out. And next thing you know, it's a whole new rush of people in. And it's like the party never stopped.
Yeah, I want to do that.
And most people don't know that the clubs was manipulating the crowd because the music will move the crowd like that.
Oh yeah, they gonna do that. They definitely gonna do that. They just move out the way.
And man, people be trying to get me to go out and stuff like that. I don't have to. I went out when Atlantis was popping. I'm good on going out.
You don't go out no more? Homebody.
I have zero desire to go out.
What
for
makes
real.
you get in that stage?
Well, I mean, so when I got 22, I went through a personal breakup that was pretty serious. The crazy thing is, like, I ain't heard about the breakup. I heard about everything that happened in the midst of the situation. And I'm asking God, why did he allow for me to go through that? But the truth of the matter is, our relationship wasn't close enough for me to not only hear him, but respect what he was saying to me. Because if I had a did that, not only would I have not been in a relationship, but I would have avoided the hurt. You get what I'm saying? And got closer to where I'm at now. So by the time I met my wife, I was extremely settled. Like,
Hold on, what you just said?
yeah, by the time I met my wife.
Oh man,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
time.
It's time for you.
It's time.
Well, whenever you're ready to have that conversation, I can tell you how to get a wife. I can
Yes,
tell
sir.
any man how to get to a wife, but
That's good though. I'm proud. That's
Yeah.
really good, man.
And that was one of the things I've always wanted to be married since I was 15, because I had the spiritual insight to know I'll never reach my full potential until I find my backbone. And she is just that. Like, bro, we are polar opposites, but at the same time, what you see in her is in me. It's just she know how to activate it. You get what I'm saying?
Well, you got you
Yeah.
smiling. I see
Yeah.
you too.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good. I love to see it.
She that real one.
I love that
You know
black
what I'm
cup. I
saying?
love it. I love that black love, man. I love
Man,
that. I
it's
love
for
it.
real, bro. You find you one, you know what I'm saying? And as you help her become her best self, she help you become yours, bro. It worked just like that. You know what I'm saying?
You said you right, boy. You nailed that there, boy.
It's real, bro.
That's good, bro. I'm
It's
glad
real.
to see that.
I love it, bro.
I love to see that. I love to see a black couple winning, man. I
That's
love to
for
see
real,
that.
bro. And most people, they don't know how to take her because she upfront. She know what she want. Her discernment works very well. She could tell if you're a terrible person in 13 seconds.
Ooh.
All she heard, man, you know how many times we only spoke to somebody for 30 seconds. I'm, babe, what you think? He a liar.
Oh man, that easy?
Yeah, just that easy.
Jesus.
She know. She just know. She just know. And she right. Man, when we first got together, she used to make it rain. Like, literally, she was like, oh, I wish it would rain today. And give it about 2 or 3 hours. I'm like, man, I used to tell her, hey, shut up. Whatever it is you over there saying, you're going to have to stop talking because you got it raining over here again. But that was one of the ways that God was showing her, like, you speak things into existence. You get what I'm saying? And the magical thing she got to see about me was I'm the first person she ever met that literally got whatever he wrote down on the board. You get what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. That's oof. If that's on the list, oh yeah, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
She was looking for you.
That's how this house here, that's how we ended up with this house. I gave her a piece of paper and I told her to write out exactly what you want. God said, tell him exactly what you want. Don't leave nothing out. Don't spare nothing. Write it all on there. You in this house right now.
Speaking to his sense, boy, for real. I like that.
So it's proof, man. You believe, the word literally says the way you receive salvation is that you believe in your heart that he is the Son of God, that he is God himself, and that you confess it with your mouth. If you never confess it, you never believed it. See, they used to tell you, man, they would tell you, be careful with your dreams, don't tell nobody. Ain't that something they tell you?
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody, you don't know who praying on your downfall.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you walk in with God, you can't pray that I fail. If I failed, it was in the plan already. It had nothing to do with your prayers. It was for me to be successful.
Boy, that boy here speaking gems, boy. I love that right there, boy. But you
get what I'm
absolutely
saying?
right, though.
That's
I
true.
like that. For
So
real.
now I tell people what I'm about to do. Why? Because I believe it. The more I talk about it, the more I believe it. The more I believe it, the more it's coming to existence.
Your favors all the time high too, which as you should. Like everybody should have that for real.
Yeah.
Instead of like saying like you listen to other people like, man, don't do that, man. Pfft.
Yeah.
Just because they ain't do it, that mean that you can't do it. You know.
Yeah, that's for real.
So yeah, that's why I just went in my own lane and just do that and did this. Boom, it's possible. Anything
Yeah.
possible. Just like I had to tell my sister, like, you see me, I make my dream possible. So can you. Don't let nobody else tell you otherwise.
Man, I tell him, you know what I'm saying, I got Uncle Bobby is the man controlling the camera for those who don't.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him, man.
You know what I'm saying? Why they call him Uncle Bobby? Because he's so young. Well, he is somebody's uncle. That's all you need to know. But
yeah, congratulations.
I be telling my little brother, I'm like, hey, Bobby, man, I'll say something. He'll see me tell them something that we working on. And they'll say whatever they say about it. They kind of be like, oh, okay, that's good. But you can kind of tell they ain't really believing it for real. And he'll be like, dang, I don't know if you should have told them, bro. I be like, I don't care what I told them because I believe it. I don't really care what they think. It's still going to happen.
Exactly.
And watch when it happen. They're going to be looking crazy.
Then they're going to want to jump back
Yeah.
in. No.
And the crazy thing is, I had to learn, like, especially even with doing this podcast, sometimes people just don't see it. And if it was meant for them to see, then God would have gave them the vision.
I know, but their vision was dull, but yours was clear.
Yeah. So since yours is clear, forgive them.
I will. Most definitely.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
I gotta give you that one. Yes, sir.
He's like,
yeah, I got
that's
you.
what God said. Just forgive them. They had no idea. But once they realize it, they'll apologize and they'll double back. You know what I'm saying? Because I get people turn me down, people ignore the messages, all that stuff.
Oh, man.
It be blowing me. I'm be like, you don't even realize who you turning down. Like, and that's with no arrogance. Like, I truly understand I'm favored. Like, God be with me. The word say, he who founded a wife founded a good thing and obtained the favor of the Lord. And he tell you, men, honor your wives as you honor yourselves. That way your prayers will be heard. Oh, I do both of them. I do both of them. I get whatever I want.
Oh, man, I know that's right, man.
They don't know what it's like to be a man to get whatever you want and I don't abuse it. I recognize when I'm messing up. Let me backtrack. Let me get back in it. Let me get closer. You get what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm hoping I'm being a testament to you. Just this conversation, like
most definitely. Like I'm learning, like as I'm talking to you right now. Like I said, like I truly appreciate it. Like for real, like the gem that you give me, it's so thin for real.
Okay then, because it's real, bro. And what the life that I'm living, any person at any point when they make these decisions, it works. That's the way the power of God actually works. It's just waiting on you to tap in. It's literally sitting there waiting on you to tap in. You don't have to jump through hoops as people may think. You don't have to do nothing special. I literally just told you all I had to do is believe that he is who he say he is. And you are saved. You get what I'm saying? People think you give your life to the Lord. Your life is not yours to give. He gave you life. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I see
so
what you're saying.
You can't give it back to him. How you gonna give me something that's already mine? That don't work like that. The only thing I'm asking you to do is be appreciative that I gave it to you.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. And when you be appreciative to God, you ain't got no choice but to be appreciative to people. When you love God, you ain't got no choice but to love yourself, therefore loving other people properly. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, and that's why the spirit come before the man that leads the body. Because whatever you do on earth will be done in heaven and vice versa. You get how that works? Like, man, the enemy trying to teach us to come from the feet up, but truthfully it come from the head down.
Man, bro, you said something, bro. And that's crazy, cause like, I'm sitting there like hearing it from you. It's like, dang, like he really like your mindset is on positivity, like it's focused for real
all day long,
which it should. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really like observing. And I really appreciate that for real.
Hey man, that's what it's for. That's what it's for all the way around, man. I just hope that not only you inspire these people, but I'm inspiring you the way you inspiring me. Because I don't know if you know, but you have already done things that people wish they could do. You've done things that people after you will do. But nobody can say they did it the way you did it.
Right.
Because they're not you.
Right.
They will never be you, nor should they desire to be you. You get what I'm saying? Your mark that you made is the mark that was intended for you to make.
Absolutely.
As long as you keep going the path that you supposed to go, you're going to keep making marks. and those marks will always say Kenneth Seals Jr. was here.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do, is just build a legacy and just leave my name mark on this earth and let them know, like, it's straight positivity, you know, inspiration, like, do whatever I can, like, you know, to help out and everything genuinely, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just show them that, you know, somebody here can do this. You know, I'm just trying to do things differently. Like, I see how, you know, like, for instance, for example, you see everybody doing music and doing clothing brands. So I like, okay, cool. Let me go in this book, go this book lane, you know. And then I seen about like doing streetwear. All right, they're doing streetwear, but nobody ain't doing suits for real.
Nobody's doing
So
suits.
now I was showing you, like, just because I'm from the projects and everything, that don't mean I can just put you on some grown man thing.
Yeah.
So now I'm doing this Menswear Styling Services too.
Okay.
So I do suits, like, trying to, you know, make you style, you know, make you
And
look
you've
good.
already started? What you call it?
Kenneth Seals Menswear Stylist.
Okay. How can they reach you for that?
They can contact me, like, on inbox DMs, or, you know, or if they really inbox me, I just give them my number, let them know, like, this is what I need. I need the measurements, what type of fabric, which is big, tall, skinny. It's all types of requirements that I need.
And then what, like, how does the price range of that sound?
It depends on. At first, I'd explain. Okay, I'm glad you said that, because
Yeah.
I have to explain this. The type of suits that I be wearing it gonna cost a little much more than what you thought what it's gonna be.
Okay.
Like,
Because it's quality, right?
the quality, you know, the way how it's presented, the way how it's styled and designed too as well. So it's like, I need, like, that's how much like the price range is. So if you want like a regular suit, it ain't gonna be much. But if you want some, like, actually, like,
Designer.
yes, so you need to, like, you have to pay that requirement. So I
Okay.
can't just because I know you don't mean, like, I can't drop, you know, my price down. I can't do that.
Yeah, why people do that? Why
I
people
don't
think
know.
because they know you that get them a deal? All right, so let me tell you how you get a deal with an entrepreneur. You ready for that? First, you spend regular money. You come back and you spend some more money, and they realize you're a consistent customer. So then they cut you a deal. That's basically how that works. I'm gonna cut a deal for somebody who shop with me all the time. They always support me. You get what I'm saying? I cut
Right.
deals for people who purchase other stuff from me. You get what I'm saying? Okay, they ain't never bought no shirt. However, they've had me DJ a party. They had me take some pictures for them. I shot a little video for them. I shot a wedding for them. You get what I'm saying? However, at the same time, too, sometimes I cut you a deal and you didn't know. So when I go regular price on something and you expecting it to be cheaper, just respect whatever price I gave you, because I considered you and me in that price. You get what I'm saying? When you're dealing with quality people, they're not trying to get over on you. They literally are just trying to make enough money to keep going. You get what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure that's how you pricing. Like, you trying to make enough money to stay motivated to keep doing this.
Right.
Because, yo, like, I'm gonna be honest.
Suits ain't cheap.
What you say?
I'm gonna tell you that.
Listen, $20 shirts is over for me.
Yeah.
But y'all want me, listen, if I make you a $20 shirt, I made $10. It may take me 30 to 45 minutes to make your t-shirt. My t-shirts are handcrafted.
Oh man, that's what's up.
Why would I? Would you do a job for $10 an hour?
I disagree.
Okay then. I know y'all got to be crazy to think I'm finna do a $10 an hour job.
I can't do that. It's not in me. I'm
No.
not worth that.
No.
I can't
No. And you see how nice the product is. You get what I'm saying, that you are presenting to people. So they should respect you enough to pay your prices. And like I've heard numerous entrepreneurs say, when you're pricing something, you're pricing it for the customer you want to attract. If you as a customer cannot afford this product, this is not for you. That's it.
Precisely, you're right.
Don't down talk me. Don't try.
But they easy saying that, 9 times 8. This, you know how people be. They gonna end up doing it for real.
Yeah.
But still keep going.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna actually can afford it and buy it.
That's exactly it. And then when they buy something they like, they're gonna recommend it to the people around them that can't afford it, and it's gonna keep going like a circle.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that, man. And start treating us black entrepreneurs like you do those designer brands.
Yeah, for real.
You will save up your money, break the bank.
They ain't lying. These are not cheap. These are all that.
Yeah,
It's not cheap. Man.
You doing that. You doing that to put on an image, not knowing that you can get the same exact vibe from one of your people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta support black people. I don't care what you do. Like if I know you or if I don't know you, I don't mind like supporting. Like I don't mind like helping out too at the same time. Like if someone asks me how to do a book, I don't mind telling them. You don't have to charge me anything. I really don't care. It ain't about the money. It's just me like showing like I see you on your grind. I see you trying to do this and then the third. But it's okay. It's okay to give knowledge too at the same time.
That's true because the word actually say that obtain the knowledge and sell it not. It literally say the phrase sell it not. So that means you pay the fee, but you're paying the fee so that nobody else will have to. You get what I'm saying? You're supposed to make certain parts of the game easy, which knowledge should be easy.
Most definitely.
Because the process will not be. Nobody help the process. The process is inevitable. You're going to have to go through it either way.
Yeah, like I said, like it don't matter. I'm not looking, cause I know I see nowadays like they asking for the game, but you know I wouldn't mind give you free game about what it is.
Yeah,
I don't mind. Like if you say, hey, Ken, I want to do such as on book. Hey, I want to do about it don't matter what it is. If I got any knowledge of it, I don't mind giving free game to it because I want to see other people winning.
Exactly, and man. As long as you got that kind of heart, bro, God gonna always put you in a position to gain a blessing.
Most definitely.
You heard what I said, put you in position. I ain't say he gonna give you nothing, but he gonna always put you in position. You're gonna say, oh, it's some money over there, and it's gonna have your name on it. And you gonna keep getting the bag, and they gonna keep wondering how you get in the bag.
Open new doors.
Exactly. Because God put us in a position like this last interview I just had, man. This guy is so wonderful. He said a woman told him that the reason why she even allowed herself to be interviewed by him, and compared to her, he was a nobody, simply because it is a requirement of those who become somebody to open the doors for the next ones to become somebody. If you lived your life and you didn't help somebody else become who they supposed to be, you have failed your life. That's our job.
That's crazy, bro. I never heard nothing like that at all until now.
That's why God literally gave you that position. So you can notice somebody else who can do what you do, and sometimes they can do it better. Sometimes they're more fitting. But if you had never took the route first, they would have never got there. You're the gateway. You're the bridge. You're the introduction. You get what I'm saying?
But you said something that they feel like somebody can do it better. Like it don't matter. Like if
exactly.
Like
you did your part. Your part is your part.
Yeah. Like go ahead, lead the way. You know what I'm saying?
Please take over. Matter of fact, I'm tired. It's your turn.
Thank you. You know, man? Like yes, lead the way, man. I love it.
That's how it's supposed to go, bro. Like that's how we supposed to be living, man.
People gotta understand. It's money. Money will not stop printing. It's not gonna stop printing at all.
No.
You know, like that, but they mindset stuck on, no, I'm not finna tell him anything, you know what I'm saying, because he might pass me. But in reality, like, you never know. He might look out for you for helping him, you know?
That's how it goes.
You never know.
You never know who you bless, especially when they ain't nobody.
Right.
And you put them on, you think they forget?
Exactly. They're not going to forget you. They're going to willing to help whatever you need. But like I said, it's certain people just don't it's not clicking in, you know? They're not understanding how things go. Like if you see someone, hey, they actually for help, and you like put that seed in and help them water in that little dirt, and then when they grow it, they're gonna really literally help you out.
That's it.
But a lot of people don't see that.
You know how many people there is out here who great names of people we know who have been blessed by people we don't. But anytime that person called a person we know, like that, they know. Like that, it don't make no. And these people who we don't know have zero want for life. their lives are taken care of. And it's because that's all they do. It's open doors for people, put people in positions, introduce them to people they think would be fitting for what's going on, thinking of people who ain't got nothing going on in the right time and space. You get what I'm saying? That is the interconnectivity of God, bro. Who else could run a play like that but God? Who know you down bad.
Down bad, for real.
And you get that phone call. We all done got that phone call before.
Yeah.
You down bad, and then somebody just calling. Boy, that money came through. Like,
what a blessing, boy.
you needed something to eat. You needed some gas.
Yeah, man. That was them days, though. When I realized that, I know 9 times out of 10, like, I knew, like, something gonna happen. Something gonna make a change. Something gotta happen. But I always had that faith, though, night and day. Like, I just don't dwell on it. I know God always gonna look out, you know?
Yeah. So, inquiring minds want to know, before we wrap up and all that, how much you made off them first 200 books? What was they going for a piece?
$20. My books are.
So, what they did, $4,000?
Ooh, and everybody had a piece.
What?
Yeah.
Because you had to pay the publisher back.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we all had, it was all good shares and everything was good.
Okay.
So I was just happy that the book was out and, you know, it was making sales. So I truly appreciate the support. I don't call them fans, I call them supporters.
That's exactly what they are.
You know, I appreciate that, for real.
Because, you know, fans blow from here to there, but supporters will always hold you up.
Always, man.
That's dope. So after you sold them 200 books, you read up and you kept going.
I kept going.
How many sales you at now?
I had sold like 15,000.
15,000?
You get rewards and everything.
Lord have mercy. All right, because of that, we're going to have to take a break. Yeah, dog. What I need you to do is, I need you to go to www.youngandculture.app. I repeat, www.youngandculture.app. And get you one today, man, because if you ain't got it, you left out. And one thing you don't want to be is left out. Because trust me, everybody's about to have this. So, Kenneth, you telling me you sold 15,000 of these books for $20?
So 15,000. Made New York Times bestseller, number 98.
Yeah. Right here from Mobile.
From Mobile.
You went to Lily B. Williamson High School and you got a best-selling book.
Absolutely.
About your life.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
A blessing, man. I truly appreciate it, man.
It's proof you could turn salt into sugar. That's my saying now.
Don't steal it.
Don't steal that. That's mine. That's mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's proof you could turn salt into sugar and create a sweet life. So,
ooh.
Yeah.
Boy, you know something, man. Oh my God. Yeah. I know that right, man.
So
I ain't even use it. That's good. That's good.
Use it, but cite your source.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So, is the book still selling now?
Still is.
And it's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, you know, Kindle too.
So it's even available as an ebook.
We working on that too, and we're gonna work on that audio book with it too.
Wow. Are you gonna narrate the audio book?
I have a good friend of mine named Picasso, like Picasso Perriman.
Yes, I know Picasso.
Yeah, he the one had did my design on books and everything. Shout out to him. He always been for me from day one. He always there when I needed him.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Well, you need to tell Picasso you need to come on here. I've been texting him and telling him. He say, "All right, I like it. I like what you got going, and don't ever set no date."
That man always working.
I know.
He always creating, man.
I know.
That's why he named Picasso.
Yes, that's
real.
for real. That's for real. So, You got a best-selling book. What's next for you, man?
We're gonna get ready for part 2, and we're going to continue doing this menswear stylist. If anybody needs some, styling service or anything, you can always reach out to me on Facebook at Kenneth Seals Jr. or IG or K Seals OC, and we'll work for you. See what you need, big or tall, skinny, don't matter. We'll be ready, to style you up.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you see what I got going on, man. I'm talking to this gentleman right here. He done made me get in my big brother bag and put that game on him.
Oh, man. Hey, we all need it, man.
That's only because I see a real superstar in my midst, man.
Appreciate you,
I see somebody who not only have done amazing and incredible things, but will continue to do that. You will continue to create lanes and create spaces for others to propel off of. And they would not have been able to do it if they had not have seen you do it first, experience your life through reading your books, through wearing your suits, and through just seeing you be a positive light. You get what I'm saying? So
thank you.
You getting to know all of those people wasn't for anything but to be a light to all of those people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, to all my viewers, I enjoyed y'all even checking in and watching and being captivated by this young man right here getting things done. You know what I'm saying? And please support everything you got going. If you don't do nothing else, go get you one of them $20 book, man. You got $20, man.
Yes, sir.
You got $20.
Be inspired, man. Let's grow.
You know what I'm saying? And that way you can be an overcomer.
Exactly.
Hey, yes. I appreciate y'all for coming. Hey, make sure y'all go check out the site, www.youngculture.app. Remember, I got these Live Humble tees on there. Make sure you get you one.
Go get you one. Support.
If you don't get you one, you're going to be left out.
Uh-oh.
You don't want to be the only one without. I'm trying to get you fly and represent God at the same time. Okay? All right. Man. Hey, this has been the king of all things dope, King Dope, a.k.a. Sid. I just want to bid you a live humble and prosper.
I've been through a lot. And only one thing ever really sticks to me. No matter what I go through, it always affects me. When I hustle up or don't have a dime, I'ma go mine. Good times and the bad times, they heavy on my mind. Tapered up or I'm starched down. Either way is mine. I feel fine, but everything around affect my vivid mind.